Here we want to simplify 8 over 3 minus radical 6. Now, this looks like a division problem, right? It's a fraction. We have the numerator and the denominator here. Okay, but remember, we're not really dividing this, right? The idea is that we don't leave radicals in the denominator of fractions. Okay, so we need to rationalize this guy. Now, in this case, there's two terms down here, right? This is a binomial, 3 minus radical 6. So the proper way to do this then would be to multiply by the conjugate of 3 minus radical 6. So the conjugate would be 3 plus radical 6. But remember, whatever we do to the denominator, we have to do to the numerator as well. Now in this case, because it's a binomial, maybe a good idea to put everything in parentheses here, right? That way you make sure you multiply everything out properly. Now in the numerator, we have 8 times 3 plus radical 6. And we can keep that as it is, or you can distribute through the 8, it doesn't really matter. But the key is on the denominator, right? Notice what happens. We're multiplying conjugates together, right? 3 minus radical 6 times 3 plus radical 6. Notice what happens when we FOIL this. Okay? So 3 times 3 gives us the 9. The outer term, 3 times radical 6 is 3 radical 6. The inner term here gives us a minus 3 radical 6. And what about the last term? Radical 6 times radical 6 gives us minus 6 here. Look, notice here, the outer and inner terms here cancels out, right? Remember, that should always happen if you multiply conjugates together. So really, what are we left with here in the denominator? 9 minus 6, which is 3. Okay. And there are no radicals in the denominator. Now remember, radicals in the numerator, it's fine, right? It doesn't matter. But by multiplying by the conjugate here, right? That is the way to rationalize. We've reached the final answer here.